Hi, I'm Kitty Greenwald and this is Slow Food Fast. Today we're making a red lentil dal recipe that gets topped with 2 gently poached eggs, a dollop of yogurt, and a cilantro sprig. This recipe is from Emerald Schwertner and her restaurant is Boulette's Larder in San Francisco. This is an Indian-inspired egg dish that's elevated by a few simple garnishes. We're going to make the dal first and then poach the eggs at the very end. So we're going to start by adding 4 tablespoons of ghee to the pot. You melt the ghee over medium heat. Let's get that going. And to that, we're going to add ginger, which has been peeled and minced, some sliced onion, a small green chili. I'm going to add it in with seeds. I like the heat. I'm going to take a ½ teaspoon whole coriander seeds, gently crush them to release their perfume. Add that in. Curry leaves you can even just toss in branches. They come in a range of sizes. I'm just going to add it all in. Their flavor is sort of unlike anything else. It just is nutty and green and sharp and a little hot. While that sizzles, you're going to have your red lentils ready. This is 1 cup red lentils. I just want to let that cook a little longer. Okay, so in go the lentils, stir it around. Yum, yum. To this, I'm going to add 3 cups of water. And let it just gently simmer. 3 cups liquid is a good starting point. If you need to add extra liquid, you add extra liquid. What will happen as it cooks is the lentils will release enough starch and sort of marry with the cooking liquid, which is richly flavored. And the result is this sort of porridge-like consistency. Cook it uncovered, and you come back to it every once in a while to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. While that cooks, I'm going to show you how to poach eggs. One has probably come across recipes for poaching eggs that call for adding vinegar or salt to the water, and Emerald keeps it very pure. So we're just cooking up plain water. Basically, you want the water to almost be sleepy. A few bubbles can rise to the surface, but you want them to be very small. So I'm just going to move it off the heat and then sort of play with it, moving it back and forth. I've cracked 1 egg into a ramekin and just let it go. And you want to let it sit relatively quietly for about 2 to 3 minutes. While that egg sets up, I'm going to put another egg in there. So I'm doing about 2 at a time. You basically can see that the water isn't really moving at all, which is sort of what you want. I'm going to turn off the heat on my dal. And this doesn't take a lot of time, but just, you know, tell everyone around you to be quiet when you're tackling this task. So I'm going to check on my first poached egg and gently ease it up. That looks sweet. The white is firm at the edges. Dab it. Don't be afraid to handle your egg. The yolk, you can tell just by touching it, is still quite soft, supple. This dish is fun to serve with papadons, which are an Indian bread that you cook by waving it over flames. I need tongs. You have to constantly sort of move it and be patient. You just fan it. Ooh, and that's quite nice. To plate, we have our papadon over there and a nice thick dal. This really is your dish to play with. If you like a thicker dal, you can continue cooking it a bit. 1 little egg. A second poached egg. Serve it with some cilantro sprigs, a nice lime wedge, and a lovely dollop of cool yogurt. And don't forget your papadon. So now we're gonna chow. It's so good. What you really get here is the nice richness from the ghee and the hot chili and the green coriander and the cooling yogurt. I hope you enjoy it, or at the very least, master your poached egg technique.